What if I told you that it's possible that you can play basketball overseas or at the university level if you started late, you're a zero-star recruit, or you currently do not play or get any minutes wherever you're at right now? Let me explain. Hi, my name is Paulison Wong, and I currently play basketball overseas at the university level. And before that, I played 2 years at the Division III level and spent a couple months overseas at a professional basketball academy. I also started playing at 17 and a half years old. And this is my story that I'm going to explain, and hopefully what I learned along my journey, I can pass on to you. I will say though, with this journey, you'll get a lot more no's than yeses, and it's going to be extremely hard mentally and physically, but in the end, it's all worth it. For example, that was probably one of my most hypest moments in basketball, and it was my first ever assist for an and one. Okay, let's hop into the story. So I started playing basketball seriously at 17 and a half, but got introduced to it around kindergarten. I really was discouraged at a young age playing because I was undersized, underweight, and I also had difficulties with my fine motor skills and gross motor skills as a young kid growing up. I also got discouraged to play it by a lot of friends and some family at the time. Even though that was the case, I still had some confidence to try out in high school, but got cut twice. Because this was the case, one way how I coped with it was I hung around with the wrong crowd, and in summary, we did the wrong things. But one of those wrong things was good enough to set a spark for me to want to pursue basketball at the best of my capability. In summary of that event, a group of my friends at the time and we got into an altercation with another group, and there were families with kids around, and at the end I was like, this is not me. I need to set a better example for my community, and I want to be living life and being the best version of myself so I have no regrets later on in life. So weeks go by and I go to an open gym to get shots up, and there was an AAU club basketball team there, and the coach there at the time is like an uncle to me now, and he took me under his wing. It was a freshman team, and I was 17, 5'9", and 137 pounds. During that whole time before my senior year, I was lifting 5 times a week, training 6 days a week, and playing about once a week with that team. Then the summer came for my senior year, and I was on the summer squad for the basketball team. I grew to be 5'11" and 160 pounds. And after the summer, I made the varsity basketball team, and that was the highest level of basketball at the time for me. Although this was a great accomplishment, I did not see the floor that much and only scored 4 points during my whole career of basketball in high school. Because I was under-recruited, one thing I did was attend several college camps so I could play in front of the school's coaching staff and meet some of the players and see what their experience was like in the program. I also made a free account on a college recruiting website so I could just post my highlights out there, and that got me an interest from one of the smaller campuses of Penn State. The school was very small and it did not have my major, and it also was in the middle of nowhere. So I wanted to take a risk, and I wanted to attend a school in Texas and try to walk on at a D2 school. Even though I attended and got in contact with the coaching staff there, I wasn't able to because even their preferred walk-ons weren't allowed to practice with the team because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So this is to my next point. The thing that I did was I contacted a ton of colleges that had my major that I thought I could play on and build a list, and just emailed them my basketball resume that included highlights and where I previously played. No one responded. But at the same time, I was with my social networks with basketball through my AAU coach, and I just met a bunch of different college players at the time, and one of them told me that their team needed some guards next year. They just had some availability, and he helped me get in contact with the coaching staff, and I visited the school, and I played Division III basketball there for 2 years. This was in Oregon, and I did play some games, but really did not average that many points, assists, or rebounds. I was hard to see the floor. I was playing behind a lot of other experienced guards. Made the second team also. And that's the other thing too. Playing at certain NAIA schools or Division III schools can be a plus too, because they have multiple teams there and they can always have availability for some guards usually. But that doesn't guarantee anything at the end of the day, because everything is earned in this game. After playing 2 years though, I had to leave due to mental health issues, And I also was trying to play semi-pro in the Bay Area, but that didn't work because then again, they had a lot of guys on the roster. So what I did next, through my content creation on TikTok, I networked with certain professional basketball playing consultants, and they recommended me to go to a professional basketball academy, which was the one in Spain. I went there in the summer of 2024, and I was able to play, get some minutes, and make the most of my opportunities. And at the end of the day, my coach there was able to send my film out to different universities, which got me in contact with the school that I'm at today. And honestly, the year before, when I was at that professional basketball academy and where I'm at now, I'm glad to say that I've been playing the best basketball in my life so far, and I'm just thankful for the ride in general. So then again, building a database of a bunch of different universities, the contact is always good. Just literally use the internet, find the coaching staff, find their emails, and have a professional resume up there with your highlights. So the main things I will say is if you want to try to play college basketball or overseas, etc., be able to attend different university or college camps for that school that you're interested in. Set up certain accounts on basketball recruitment websites that are free. You can pay if you want, but I didn't do that. No right or wrong though. The other thing you can do is build a database of different universities you think you can play at based off the level that they're at. And you got to be brutally honest with yourself when doing this. Lastly, you can do the thing that got me to where I'm at now, which was that turning point, attending a professional basketball academy or any showcase combines, but at the same time, do your research on every single one. Make sure it's not a money grab. Make sure they actually play in front of coaches or semi-professional teams or professional teams, or they're just a network of players in that type of level where you want to be at. The other thing too, be able to have a resume on hand that includes your highlights and your stats wherever you play at. And doing those steps is what got me to where I'm at now. I'm extremely thankful for what I overcame and what I've accomplished so far, and the journey continues.